All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into something that's frankly a must-know for anyone building with AI these days, prompt guardrails. We're going to break down how these things are key to making AI systems safer, more reliable, and ready to scale.
I love this quote. Set boundaries, then let AI run inside them. It just hits the nail on the head, right? This isn't about putting AI in a cage. No, not at all. It's about building a really smart, really safe playground for it to do its thing.
So let's dig into that core idea a bit more. The whole point here isn't to hold the AI back. It's actually the opposite. It's about guiding it, making sure its behavior is predictable, reliable, and, you guessed it, safe.
Think about it like this. By setting clear rules of engagement right from the get-go, you're actually empowering the AI. You're giving it the freedom to do its job really well, without you having to worry about it wandering off into territory that's harmful, totally irrelevant, or, just plain unsafe.
Okay, so we've talked about the why. Let's get into the what. What exactly are these guardrails we're talking about? Let's get a clear definition.
So a guardrail's job really boils down to these three key actions. You've got sanitize, which is all about cleaning up the inputs before the AI even sees them. Then you have filter, which is what blocks the bad stuff, the harmful content. And finally, approve, which is kind of like the final green light for whatever the AI is about to do. It's like a comprehensive three-step safety check for every single interaction.
This is such a great way to think about it. The bumpers in a bowling lane? They don't stop you from bowling, right? In fact, for someone like me, they actually help you succeed by keeping you out of the gutter. Well, guardrails do the exact same thing for an AI. They don't stop it, they just keep it on track and headed in the right direction.
All right, let's open up the toolkit. What are the actual pieces you, as a builder, can use to put these guardrails together? What's inside?
So you've got a few key things in your toolkit here. There are prompt templates to kind of structure the questions coming in, tiered responses for handling different situations, and structured policies, which are basically the rule book. But for now, let's zoom in on one of the most fundamental tools you have, filters, both for what goes in and what comes out.
Okay, so filters pretty much come in two flavors, allow lists and block lists. Think of allow lists as being super strict. They say, hey AI, you are only allowed to talk about these very specific things, like say medical data, nothing else. Block lists, on the other hand, are a bit more targeted. They say you can talk about almost anything except for this list of forbidden stuff, like hate speech. Which one you use? Well, it really just depends on how tight a grip you need to have.
Okay, so you've got the tools. But having the tools is one thing, right? How do you actually put them to work effectively? Let's talk about safety in practice.
The big takeaway here is that this isn't a set it and forget it kind of deal. It's a cycle, a loop. First, you combine all your tools, you layer them. Then, and this is the fun part, you stress test the heck out of it. This is called red teaming, where you actively, deliberately try to break your own system to find the weak spots. And once you find them, you monitor and refine. You're constantly updating your guardrails because, guess what? The AI evolves, and so do the people using it.
And that brings us to the payoff. Why go through all this trouble? After all this work, what's the real ultimate benefit? Well, it all boils down to two huge words: consistency and auditability. See, when you write down your safety rules as actual code, when you codify them, you're not just crossing your fingers and hoping the AI behaves itself. No way. You're building a system that is at its very core reliable and transparent, and that is the absolute game changer. This is how you build safety that actually scales, which is why it's possible to even think about using AI in super sensitive areas like finance or healthcare. And, at the end of the day, this goes way beyond just preventing bad stuff from happening. This is really about building trust with your users. Think about it. When you have a clear trail, when you can actually look back and understand why the AI did what it did, well, that transparency is the bedrock. It's the foundation of any AI you'd actually want to trust.
So there you have it. That's our deep dive into AI guardrails. It's such a foundational idea for building safer, more reliable systems. It's an absolutely powerful toolkit for anyone building today, for sure. But it also leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on for the future.